And we're now getting some breaking news. Zohran Mamdani wins New York mayoral polls. Big setback for US President Donald Trump. Mamdani wins the New York City mayoral polls. Mamdani is the New York City's first Muslim mayor. So records have been broken, history has been scripted, and Zohran Mamdani has emerged as the winner of the New York City mayoral polls. It was a three-way contest, and former Governor Andrew Cuomo, who was backed by Donald Trump himself, has been defeated by Zohran Mamdani. And Donald Trump had also threatened the New Yorkers that if they support Zohran Mamdani, there will be federal fund cuts for New York City. But clearly, the New Yorkers have their favorite, and that is Zohran Mamdani, and he has won the New York City mayoral polls. My colleague Rohit Sharma is now joining us from Washington, D.C. Rohit, history has been scripted, records have been broken. Zohran Mamdani emerges as the winner in the New York City mayoral polls. What really worked for him?
Well, look, he was talking about affordability, public safety, housing, and his campaign essentially, promised a bold change. He promised them that he would get rent under control, that people in New York would not have to pay astonishingly higher rent, that they would be able to have free bus rides and free public transportation, and that he would also have, and he floated the idea of government-run groceries. Because the inflation is high and people can't afford groceries. So I think those message of social change and having government help New Yorkers out on their daily, day-to-day things that they spend on has resonated with voters across New York. And, he clinched a Democratic nomination way back in June. And today he is elected as the mayor of New York City on that platform of being a socialist within the Democratic Party. So I think those are the things that made him stand out among stalwarts of the Democratic Party, which included Mayor Eric Adams and also his opponent in the general election, which is Governor Andrew Cuomo. So Zohran has indeed scripted a history, the young assemblywoman, and now youngest mayor in history of New York, who happens to be son of immigrants, also of Indian heritage, also who's a Muslim. So I think there's a lot of first that he has done, and also puts him on a course, in a clash course, I should say, with President Trump, who has not taken so keenly to Zohran and his ideas.
Right. Rohit, do stay with us. India Today Global's Pranay Upadhyay is also joining us on this story. Pranay, Zohran Mamdani is the clear favorite of the New Yorkers. He has now become the youngest and the first Muslim mayor of the New York City.
Absolutely, Anjali. And if you see what a spectacular electoral campaign Zohran Mamdani ran, because about a year ago, he was literally unknown to many New Yorkers, and now he is all set to become the first Muslim and the youngest mayor of New York. So definitely it's a amazing victory for though these are only projections as yet, but he's all set to become the mayor of New York. And a very interesting coincidence that both Donald Trump and Zohran Mamdani has their history in the real estate sector of New York, because Donald Trump was a real estate developer turned politician, and now Zohran Mamdani, who was actually working in the housing sector and is now set to become the mayor of New York. So definitely, whatever he has promised, Rohit has mentioned, whatever 3 Ps and whatever things he has promised to reform the New York management. Now the delivery would be his challenge, because President Donald Trump has already indicated that he might have to face federal fund cuts. So we have to see that this shift. In any case, if you see all three states, be it New York, New Jersey, or Virginia, these are the blue states, typical blue states where the Democrats have their own stronghold. So in any case, after Zohran Mamdani won the Democratic primaries, it was already clear that he will win the election. In any case, because Andrew Cuomo, who was contesting this election as an independent, secured around 41% vote. Zohran Mamdani secured around 49.6% vote. So definitely he led that election so far. And after the election, after the victory, now there comes the issue of delivery. But absolutely, It's an amazing, an interesting story because he became the naturalized citizen of the United States in 2018, and now he is elected. He has been elected, as mayor of New York. So definitely, these are the interesting things that this is how the Big Apple or the dream, American dream, people can live. And that is the beauty of the American system as well. That even migrant, because Zohran Mamdani moved to United States when he was only 7 years old, and he was born in Uganda. He has an Indian heritage. He's son of Mira Nair, the famous filmmaker, and he's married to a Syrian American, and he's just 34-year old. So definitely, the youngest mayor of New York has a lot to do and a lot to deliver.
Absolutely. Pranay, do stay with us. Rohit, coming back to you, this particular contest was also being seen as a contest between experience and new leadership, and it seems like the New York City was wanting change and has chosen new leadership this time.
Absolutely, and as I was saying, I think New Yorkers probably felt that the other options in this race, in this mayoral race, were out of touch with what New Yorkers wanted. They're promising the same old to the New Yorkers, and they've opted for change. And just to put in context here, Anjali, New York is home to about 8.5 million people, right? And it has an economy about $1.3 trillion. That's $1.3 trillion. So, it's a big city. And then in these times when we have rising inflation and job cuts and slowing economy, it felt like that the New Yorkers wanted change. They were looking at what they could do. The easiest thing to do was, hey, we have this election coming up. Let's try to make a change. Let's try to give this new guy a chance who talks well, is able to build coalition, and is promising us freebies. So I think New Yorkers have gone for a change. It'll be a matter of time where we'll see how much he can deliver. There are other Democrats also who have won tonight, and I'll talk about Abigail Spanberger. She had distanced herself from these socialist policies and promising anybody free housing and all that by saying that she doesn't want to state things on the campaign that she would not be able to deliver. So I think for Zohran and also for New Yorkers and for Democrats, I think it's very important that he's able to deliver on these things. Otherwise, he could very well turn to be one of those stories in American politics, which would be used by Republicans to show to all Americans that, look, these things do not work, and that in the end, capitalism is what America is meant for, and it should always succeed.
Rohit, stay with us. Pranay Upadhyay also continues to stay with us. Pranay, what does this victory of Zohran Mamdani signify about the changing political landscape in the United States?
If you see the political spectrum of the United States, on one side, President Donald Trump, his MAGA lot is there. The Republicans are also, eyeing for a major victory during the midterm elections in the United States. But this victory clearly signifies that Democrats are pushing back. Democrats have, certain strongholds in states like New York, New Jersey, Virginia, and many other states are also there, because we have to see it in a pattern, as Rohit was also mentioning, that the victory of Zohran Mamdani, the victory in Virginia, the victory in New Jersey, because Cheryl has also won the mayoral position in New Jersey. So the different governor position with Hashmi, these victories should be seen in a pattern that the people in the United States are, voting for, and they are rejecting certain policies being pursued by President Donald Trump. Because if you see, the grocery prices have remained an issue in the United States of late. Because during the presidential election, we have seen that those Democrats, those who voted for President Donald Trump actually voted in favor of certain of his policies. And if you see, people voted out Donald Trump in 2020. They voted in Donald Trump in 2024. So people definitely want to change, and they want to exercise their political will through their votes, and they want to show that we want delivery. And so definitely this remains a question that how and when Zohran Mamdani would be able to deliver the promises, because he has promises a lot for the New Yorkers. And now the challenge remains that how he's going to deliver that, because he doesn't have that kind of a political backing. He is not a traditional politician for that matter, though he has risen in the ladder in a very spectacular form because he's young. He won the Democratic primary. He secured the nomination. He defeated Andrew Cuomo, who is now the outgoing mayor of New York, who contested as an independent. And definitely, he enjoyed certain support base. He secured around over 41% vote. So if the contest was basically between the Democratic Party and its candidate, because Andrew Cuomo also comes from the Democratic Party. He lost the primary to Zohran Mamdani. But now the real question remains about the delivery and how Zohran Mamdani would be able to deliver. But the bigger question is that is there a political shift happening, which would have its own reflection in the midterm election of the United States? We are yet to see those things.
Absolutely, Pranay and Rohit, thank you so much for all those details.